Yo guys, what is up? It is Mastaris here, coming at you with another Halo commentary today. We're going to be talking about a highly opinionated topic today. And it involves Halo 5 here, and it is very important moving onwards to Halo 6. So there's a 50-50 split on the overall community's opinion on this topic here. This is regarding the automatic versus the precision weapon balance here, mainly prevalent in Halo 5. So 50% of the community, I reckon, considers that the automatic weapons are too powerful in Halo 5 and may require some tweaks or nerfs in Halo 6. Just to get my opinion out of the way on this matter, I think that Halo 5 has the best balance between auto and precision weapons. However, it definitely is not perfect, and there's some glaring issues mainly concerning the automatic weapons, and of course those could be tweaked in Halo 6 and fixed so we get the perfect Halo balance in Halo 6. At the moment I think Halo 5 is the best balance in the Halo series, followed by Halo CE. And what I really like about Halo 5's weapon balance is that every single weapon is viable as a counter towards other weapons in different situations. However, some perform a bit too well outside of their role, and those mainly are the automatic weapons, which involve the AR, the SMG, the Brute Plasma Rifle, the Storm Rifle, and the Suppressor. From my personal experience, I can say that it is extremely frustrating when someone kills you within seconds, mere seconds, and I mean mere seconds, with an automatic in mid-range. And you can't kill him despite landing most of your shots with a pistol. This happens a bit too much for my taste. Now sometimes you can blame on me for sucking for missing my shots, because sometimes I do have a poor aim on bad days, but sometimes when I hit all my shots with a pistol and still get wrecked within a medium range, it's kind of frustrating, and there are some obvious culprits here which I already identified. So autos may need some tweaks in Halo 6, but shouldn't be nerfed to become pea shooters like Halo 3, because my biggest complaint of Halo 3 and why Halo 3 isn't exactly my favorite Halo multiplayer is because the weapon sandbox to me is uninteresting. You have a lot of pea shooters, such as the SMG or Spiker, which you usually never pick up, because why would you? You can have a BR, which is way more advantageous. It's pretty good in close range even against those automatic weapons, and you can just kill them in range because the SMG barely has any range, for instance. So I don't like how the automatics in that game are just completely worthless pea shooters in my opinion, and I think the main problem with that is of course the dual wielding mechanic. But yeah, moving on, I think the damage output per bullet is not the issue for automatics in Halo 5 Guardians. I think it is fine. The AR kill time on a moving target in close range, if you hit all shots on a body rather than head, is actually a pretty nice kill time and fair in my opinion. So before we move on to discussing the main issues of the autos and of course giving some of my creative solutions to these problems, I want to just point out this video will be entirely non-biased, well, as non-biased as possible here. I already stated my opinion, and I'm just going to point out the facts and of course some creative opinionated solutions here. So let's start off with one of the main issues of the automatics, and that includes their effectiveness in range. I think their effectiveness in range is kind of too much in Halo 5 Guardians. It's not too bad, but it definitely has a few issues, and one of the main culprits for this includes the ADS mechanics on the automatic weapons. What ADS does for weapons such as the assault rifle, it increases the accuracy of the assault rifle in range because it reduces the spread of the bullets. If you don't use ADS, you'll have less chance of hitting your opponent in range if you just use the hipfire, because if you use hipfire, the hipfire mode has more spread to the bullets. However, if you use ADS, pretty much all of your bullets will actually hit the target in mid-range, to say the least. So this is not an exact issue actually when you actually have a gunfight zone, because no one uses ADS in a gunfight because you get descoped always if you are in a gunfight. However, let's just say someone's running around the corner but he doesn't notice you, he's in mid-range. You can just go in, you can just use your ADS mechanic on your assault rifle and you'll just gun him down pretty quickly. I've done it before. It is really quickly and stupid how fast you kill someone with an assault rifle. using the ADS. It's kind of a bit too ridiculous, so I think the range is a little bit of an issue here which needs to be solved, or the ADS. Then moving on to the next culprit of why you kind of die too fast in medium range sometimes despite hitting your shots of a pistol. That includes the disgusting, in my opinion, the disgusting headshot multiplier bonus on mainly the assault rifle and the SMG. I think the storm rifle might be a contender of this as well. The brute plasma rifle and the suppressor, I don't think they have headshot multiplier damage on them. I could be wrong, but correct me if I'm wrong. But I think the other three do, and I'm pretty sure the assault rifle and the SMG at least do have the headshot multiplier. It's kind of ridiculous because if you hit your headshots, you get a huge damage multiplier, and you can just wreck people with our weapons quite easily in range. So it's a stupid thing. I don't know why it's even in the game. I think this is the worst automatic this is the worst mechanic of the automatic weapons in Halo 5. I don't really care about ADS so much, but this kind of makes it worse in a way. Talking now about the brute plasma rifle, for instance, I really like the concept of it being a shield melter. It's really good at that, but its accuracy and range is kind of ridiculous, and it kills you a bit too quickly after taking out your shields. And talking about accuracy here, even in mid-range you can shoot the thing, but it's super accurate. Get this, even when you use the hipfire mode, so it's kind of ridiculous there. I think the accuracy, your effectiveness with the assault rifle in range should definitely be reduced. So those are the main issues here which I identified. You include, just as a small recap, you include headshot multiplier, ADS, and the effectiveness in range. The damage output per bullet, I think, is not the issue, like I said, overall. So anyway, let's talk about some of my solutions here. So I'll definitely keep the same damage output bullet for each automatic weapon. I'll reduce the effectiveness in range and by getting rid of the effective ADS on autos. I'll keep the ADS on the scatter shot because that's pretty cool. It also increases the ricochet effect. And of course keep ADS or smart link, as they call it, on precision weapons, as it adds an increased range for some of these weapons, which is really useful. However, for the assault rifles, it basically decreases the spread over range, and that kind of that's a bit too overpowered for my taste. But anyway, also I'll just get rid of headshot multiplier altogether. It makes some gunfights way too easy. It shouldn't even be there. It's kind of stupid and kind of really is frustrating. Also, I reduce time to kill on the brute plasma rifle, specifically after the shields are depleted, and I would also increase its spread over the range, because like I said, its accuracy in medium range is a little bit too accurate, and it kind of kills too fast after taking out the shields. You can keep I think it should remain a super powerful shield depleter, because that's pretty cool purpose to have a brute plasma rifle, make it more unique compared to other assault rifles or weapons. But yeah, definitely reduce the time to kill after taking out the shields. Storm rifles kind of a hard one to solve here. I'll definitely not reduce its power. Keep its power. It kind of acts as a cool LMG sort of weapon. But I would say either increase the recoil or the spread of the storm rifle, so you don't have that extra range of it. Because due to its sheer power, it's actually the most powerful assault rifle. It has a huge power to it. So I'll definitely decrease the range on the bad boy by increasing the recoil or increasing the spread in range. Then coming on to the SMG, I'd say the SMG is kind of almost perfect in a way. It suits its role of being highly effective in closer range. However, I'll just increase the spread, like with the storm rifle for mid-range, and having no headshot multiplier, of course, would help as well. Because if you had headshot multiplier in close range, it kills even faster. I would say if you remove the headshot multiplier, it wouldn't kill as fast, and people wouldn't be so upset about it. And coming lastly to the suppressor, I think the suppressor is nearly perfect actually as a weapon. The bullets have a perfect damage output per bullet actually, which should be the same for our weapons. The range should be kept the same in hipfire as well, but having no ADS would perfect it. So simply for suppressor, I just suggest removing the ADS mechanic on it. If you remove that, then it's perfect as it is. It doesn't kill you super fast, and you have a chance to counter it. And if possible, I would add an extra layer of scale curve to the automatics. If you remember, well, So you might not know this, but on Halo Waypoint, Josh Menke, he discussed some matchmaking changes. The AR was removed from competitive play quite a while ago because it was kind of too easy to use and a bit too powerful. They said that they would actually tweak the assault rifles and kind of make them take more skill to use actually in Halo, and then eventually bring it back into competitive play. I wonder how they'll do this, but I wish them luck. Making the assault rifles take a lot of skill as well as making them less powerful would actually be really cool for Halo, because people think they can't coexist with precisions. Only the precisions can take skill to use, but in a perfect reality, which is actually not impossible, you can have your assault rifles take skill as well, and then you can have a really diverse sandbox. So anyway, that's what I think about the assault rifles. Those are my solutions. I hope you guys enjoy this commentary, and I'll see you guys next time with another super in-depth topic maybe, so we'll see ya.